Come ready with questions and curiosities. And now, here are your hosts, Cheryl Murphy and Kelley Eckhardt.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. You are in for a special conversation tonight. We're so glad to have you here. Before we dive into this lovely topic, I want to say hi to my co-host, Kelley Eckhardt. Hey, Kelley, how are you?
I am great. Thank you. And how are you, Cheryl?
I'm doing terrific, too. I was just sharing with Kelley and our producer backstage. I'm on a high right now, Kelley. I just finished a fundraising dim that I did with my students. We raised money for Childhood Cancer International. It was a fabulous organization. We love working with them. And we, of course, love doing our demonstrations of mediumship. So it's really a special day. I mean, we felt spirit in the room and just to watch my students deliver lovely messages. It's just, validating that, spirit is in all of us and helps all of us.
Right? I love that so much. I think that's amazing. And I saw that you do that. And I always, I should buy a ticket. I should buy a ticket, but I forget.
I'll remind you next time.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. That's
We
awesome.
have lovely people on the call today. Do you want to say hi to some people?
Yeah. Hi, Liz, my favorite person in Sacramento. Hi, Jose. And who else? Kristen and Debbie Pittman and hi, Jennifer. I was just on her show yesterday and we had so much fun.
Oh, yeah. Tell us.
Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer,
it was
hi.
Jennifer's birthday yesterday, so wish her another happy birthday.
Great.
So we did a long show. I mean, we did readings and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. We did love readings. It was her love show. I had so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I saw a lot of names I recognized and some that I didn't. So, yeah.
Good. Well, that's fantastic, Kelley. We have Jose. Hi, Jose. Hi, Jennifer. We have Christina 7901. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Linda. Yes, coming on live. We just want to say hi to everybody. And thank you to everyone who, follows us. Both of our websites, mediumkelley.com, mediumcheryl.com. I just have to tell you, we love it. If you could, subscribe to our YouTube or like our Facebook, follow us. Really, I think Kelley and I have such a big hearts. I know Kelley does. We just want to reach as many people as we can. So thank you so much for being part of our community and really spread the word or share this show with your friends and others and invite them to come join us.
Yay. Yes. We love that. We love that. And our subject today.
Yeah. Great subject. I know we're going to be sharing a lot and we want to hear your input as well to our viewers, but our topic for today is called letting go to move forward, right?
Yes.
When have you had to let go of something, someone, somewhere, sometime to move forward in your life?
I think it's a hard thing for a lot of people to do, especially when it's another person you're letting go of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even inanimate objects can be difficult. I know my son has a hard time whenever we have to, ever since he was little, moving or, letting go of the old place and the moving into the new place, or when we got a new car, he would have a hard time letting go of things that he couldn't fit into anymore. He has a hard time letting go of anything, just about. Some people are like that. Me, I'm really good at letting go.
Oh, good. That's good.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. This hair right here.
I know, look at your hair.
It's like this piece keeps flopping straight up. There we go. I'm like,
what character am I thinking of on TV? The Little Rascals.
It's got its own life. Sorry. I'm
Rascals
entertained by my own hair. Yeah, but letting go is difficult for a lot of people. And I say I don't have trouble letting go, but I do. But I don't have trouble letting go of like basic things like moving. I love moving and change.
So change. So letting go, we could say, is like change, like inviting change into your life.
And that's hard, especially if it's somebody you love. Maybe it's grief related. Maybe it's somebody who's still living.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer.
Yay.
Yes. I
And look, sometimes people have a hard time letting go because of not trusting their decision or,
Mhm.
not trusting themselves or their intuition. So it
Yeah.
is about that too. It is about kind of trusting yourself to listen to
Mhm.
your own guidance system.
Or believing that, you can make it wherever you're whatever you can make it without whatever you're leaving behind, like, to believe in yourself. Maybe you're letting go of an old habit
Mhm.
that you feel like it's almost like a crutch, like you need it, but it's holding you back in life, It's
Yeah.
like you gotta have, like, certain things to do certain you know what I mean? Like, for example, like, say, like, this radio show, say, like, I insisted that we have to do it a certain way, but it was holding us back.
Mhm.
Like, there's things that we have a hard time, like, we it's a control thing, right?
Right? And it's out of fear. I mean, some people like here, yeah, Jennifer is saying letting go is hard,
Yes.
especially old versions of ourselves.
Mhm.
Old versions, and why is that? I mean, why do we have a problem letting go or change, I guess is another word for it, and a lot of it has to do with fear of the unknown.
Yeah,
Fear
yeah,
of the unknown, fear of starting over, like, who am I gonna be? Yeah, like, what new version of myself am I gonna be?
right? I
Mhm,
know that, before RJ passed and then after RJ passed, I was 2 different people, right? And you have to let go of who you were before because that no longer existed, right? That was
mhm,
difficult for me because people only saw the grieving mom, they didn't see Kelly. And
mhm,
so I had to really, like, accept that that's just who I was now, but I was gonna create who that was gonna be, not this horribly sad mom that cries all the time. I wanted to be me, who's a grieving mom. I don't know how to explain that other than I think that came out backwards, but I think you know what I mean, right? Like, I had to learn to let go of who I was before because I'm not that person anymore, and I think people go through that, right?
yeah, and maybe you weren't re and you were ready to let go, or you were ready to, kinda step into this n new energy, as much of grieving and sad situation, but
Yeah.
I think in some way you knew you couldn't stay there,
No, because I
or you
couldn't
couldn't
move
identify
on.
with it.
I couldn't move on. It wasn't who I was anymore. It just wasn't like I was different. I saw the world differently. I felt the world differently, but I wanted to go back to that little bubble where I was really happy.
Mhm,
But I knew I could now take this new version of myself, and I had to work on how to make this version happy and how to make life good because now our life was different,
mhm.
right? It was hard. Yeah, I
I
love
I I
looking at
know
old videos.
I
Yeah.
know I had to let go of my idea of, I was going to, get my master's in teaching or education. Yeah, I
I
was
love that
doing that,
about
and
you. Oh
I
my
did
god.
that at one time in my life, and, but it wasn't working out. It wasn't working out, Kelly, like, the school, even it was I was at a great school, I'm not gonna mention any names, but great school, everything was great, it just didn't feel right, and I really had to kind of let go that it wasn't the way I pictured it to be, right? So I had to let go of that. As soon as I did and I pivoted,
Yeah, it worked out.
it worked out. And look at us today. Look at us we're
Right?
teaching. I'm teaching. I'm just
You're
I was
teaching what
going
you wanna teach,
yes, I'm
where you're
teaching.
supposed to be.
I'm teaching my passion now,
And
right?
I love that, yeah. I think that was the reason I avoided my gifts for so long is that I had this preconceived idea of what society would think of me if I was a psychic medium, and
Mm,
I felt like I would just be laughed at, and it was all in my head, and I really wasn't talking to dead people, and I really wasn't having all these intuitive gifts, that it was just like me wanting them. That was what I had convinced myself, and I had to let go of that idea to become where I'm at now. It was
mhm,
really tough, but I'm really good at this stuff when I make a decision, I'm all in, and I had
yeah,
to make that I had to change my mindset. Yeah.
yeah. Read, Kelly, what Jennifer wrote.
Oh, Jennifer said, "We miss who we were with the person we have lost. In my case, my
Mhm,
mom, partner, and grandparents. This is so true. I'm not the same mom. When I lost my son, I'm just not the same." And
mhm,
my daughter will be the first to tell you that because I think it angered her. Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
mm.
Well, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's how I felt. Yeah.
When we have to let go of things, Kelly, I'm like you in the way that when I want it to happen and I do it, I'm happy for myself and I look forward to the change. But
Yes.
it's the times where we don't want it or when we don't see it coming and it happens without our knowledge, we don't have control over it,
Right.
right? And
That's
then
hard.
it's throws us for a loop.
And so is that because
Really.
we're trying to control our lives? and
Mhm.
hold ourselves back. Sometimes we have to go with the flow, and that's hard to do because it's about trust,
Mhm.
right? And so we have a hard time letting go to move on, and we get stuck
Yeah.
where we're at for years if we stay there. And that can happen. I did that for 10 years,
I
in my 20s. I was
and
stuck.
and sometimes people are thinking about society. Some people want us to hold on and keep going, like keep your head in the, head in the pavement or your nose to the pavement. Like it's a weakness if you let go of something, right? They look at it as a weakness. And it's like, no, it is not a weakness. It is a strength. And you have to be brave enough to literally understand that it's somewhere in you needs that change. And you honoring that, that is the superpower.
And it's not easy to do. I
Yeah.
mean, I've watched people around me struggle with it. I've struggled with it in my lifetime. I mean, I definitely think my 20-year-old self versus my 55-year-old self, I'm really good at letting go now. Like, I am like learning this like the back of my hand, but in my 20s and 30s, not so great.
Yeah.
Very, because I think I came into life as an adult, like, I'm going to do better than my parents. I'm going to make everything perfect. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But when things didn't work out how I imagined, I wouldn't give up. And I stuck
That's what
in a
happens.
situation that was not good and got
Mhm.
stuck for like 10 years. And it happens. It
It's
was,
Yeah, let's read what Jose has. Jose is saying, I think letting go is also like trusting the process of what will happen next. That's a very good way to say that. We're trusting what's going to happen next.
and trust isn't easy for everybody. It's
And
not like we've all been hurt. We've all been, had somebody that or something we trusted that didn't, you know, it's hard to really justify in our brains sometimes.
in the way we were raised or religious beliefs or, if it's ingrained in you to, have a career, one career your whole life, even though you're not happy in it, then
I
that's
mean, nothing against somebody who's had the same job for 40 years.
oh,
I think
God
that's
bless them.
amazing, if especially if
Yeah.
you love it.
Oh,
But if
yeah.
you're at the same job for 40 years and you've never liked the job and it's just
Oh,
a
no.
paycheck, I feel bad
I know.
because then you're stuck.
Yeah.
You can always,
Well,
like, do something different, remember that.
yeah, yeah, and people, they're stuck because, whatever reason, a financial, what have you,
Mhm.
but really so people who do live their passion or work their dream job, for
They're
example,
that found it early, they're amazing, like, I'm
very
jealous.
lucky,
Took me
very
till
lucky.
40s, you know?
Hey,
Yeah.
and there are people like me and maybe like you, Kelly, where we'll get up and move to another part of the country to kind of follow that dream, where
Yeah,
some people look at us and go, "Oh my God," they would look at me and go, "Cheryl, you're so brave to get up and move,
I
to
like that
Hawaii or
though.
Italy or
Yeah,
wherever you went, Colorado." And
mm,
it's like, yeah, but you guys, so interesting, right? So
yeah,
letting go of where you grew up even.
trust is such an intimate invitation of self. I
Yeah.
have to really, like, say that out loud to really get that, and it's true. It is
Mhm.
really true. Um, yeah.
Trust is big. I think trust is a big word for 2026. I think people have their pulse on this word, really examining it,
Well, it's
for
hard
this
to
year.
trust what's happening. It's hard to
Mhm,
trust that this is all gonna work out, but we have to because we
mhm.
want it to work out, everything to come out, and not to get into politics at all, I'm just talking about the world in itself and everything that we're going through, not just in the US, like, all over. Like, how do we trust the process? How do we trust what's next, what's coming? Because our world is shifting, our world is changing,
Definitely.
and how do we let go of what we're used to, which wasn't great, what's happening, which isn't great, and trust that something better is coming along.
And what you're describing is that outer trust
Mhm,
of the world and looking around us and what we're moving to, this fifth dimensional,
mhm.
multidimensional is inner trust, right?
Yeah,
Inner GPS, right? Inner guidance, inner self-love. Really, it is an
yeah,
act of loving
yeah,
yourself to really be brave, like go for it, right?
yeah. Sorry if my dogs are loud.
So what is one small way you can choose yourself today? Like if we were to ask you, Kelley, or me, our audience, what is one small way you can do to trust yourself today? Maybe it's, I don't know, listen to that inner voice. Maybe you can follow your hunches. Maybe that's one small way
Hmm.
you can trust yourself today.
You
Maybe
know,
it's how you're feeling. Yeah.
yeah, that's a good question. I mean, because really you need trust to let go to understand that if you let go, you got to trust that it's going to be okay.
Whatever happens.
And I think it's really when you go to the core of that, you have to trust that you know that you will be okay no matter what, and in any situation that you will figure it out. It's like having faith in yourself to create what you want to create by letting go of this. Because when you let go of something, you make space for something new, right?
That's well said. I love the space part that you're creating. You don't even know how much space you're creating because it
No.
turns out to be much bigger and much more opportunistic.
I mean, I'm a weird person. I visualize everything. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I have all these compartments in my brain of information. Sometimes we have to let go of things to make more room in our brain. And so I picture it. It's like, oh, I got to find a little spot in here um, to fill with something new and something exciting, but I have to let go of this thought. Like that's kind of how I visualize things. I know I'm
Got it.
strange.
I love it. I love it. And look, I had to let go of something recently. It was like a business deal, whatever. And it's a great business deal. I'll definitely pick it up, but I trust divine timing. So I
Mhm.
had to let it go for now because
Yeah.
I know next year or down the road, it's going to
Mhm.
be amazing.
The right
So
time. Yeah.
in some way, I think I was okay with letting go because I still felt good about it. It just didn't, I just felt like not right now, it just, so
Mhm.
I felt good with that decision. It took me a while to get there, but I'm happy I did.
Like that. Sometimes too, we don't want to let go because we don't want to disappoint somebody else.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like my crystal store, I did not want a crystal store, but my husband really wanted it. And everything in my bones said no crystal store. But I wanted my husband to be happy. It was he was the one who really wanted it. So I did it for him when I knew it was not the right move.
Mm.
And it was hard for me to I guess like let the idea of the crystal store go because I knew he wanted it. So I jumped on board, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
like everything in me was like, no, we've done this before, been there, done that, and we didn't like it. Like, why are we gonna
Yeah, yeah.
repeat the past?
Mhm.
But I let that thought go and I did it and I should have just let the whole thing go.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So,
know what I mean? Looking back now 3 years later. Yeah.
yeah, and look, you were, giving of yourself to your spouse, right? You
Yeah.
were
Yeah, I wanted I thought this would be great if he found a passion, something he loves to do, and if it worked out, it just didn't work out. It wasn't really his passion.
mm. Yeah, and for me, like mine was about divine timing. Like divine timing is something about, rather than rushing in or, trying to be the first one or competing, I felt for myself. I thought, this is good, but I'm going to wait because I know it's going to be better when I revisit that business decision that I'm working on. But it's like it is like stepping into the unknown, Kelley, and trusting that too. Like we gotta it's stepping into the finding out who we are and getting to know ourselves. And that changes, right? As we age, right? We know
Yes,
ourselves, like you mentioned, in your 20s, your 30s.
it does. I'm so sorry to do this. I gotta step away for 2 minutes. Everyone in my family's locked out. I locked all the doors.
Okay,
I
great.
will be
Well,
back in
you
just a
got to let go of that, Kelley.
He's like texting me, "We're locked out." I'll be right back.
Not only let go, but let them in. Sometimes I guess that's the theme. We have to let things in our life too, right, Kelley? Like we have to not only let go of things, but we have to let things in, like love or self-love. So that's going to be my question for the audience is what is it that you need to let in your life, right? What have you been keeping at arm's length or what have you been saying no to that you want to start saying yes to, right? Maybe you want to say yes to that trip to Hawaii, Miss Nicole, or maybe you want to say yes to, buying that new blouse or taking yourself out to dinner, right? What is it that you need to let in your life? And maybe that is more self-love, more self-care. Kelley is here. Kelley Brickle, Kelley Eckhart's here. She says, put me back in the room, please. There we are. Here she comes.
I just locked out. Payback. I just got locked out now. Oh my gosh. They're just standing at the door, my husband and son carrying this huge like filter thing for our pool. It's like really heavy and they're like,
oh my God. Susan is saying she needs to let happiness again. She needs to let happiness in. So Kelley, while you were gone, we were talking about what to let in our life, like more self-care, more love, more saying yes to yourself. Oh, I'm laughing. These are happy tears. I'm laughing. Oh my gosh.
I need to bring more self-care in. That's my goal this year and last year, and I'm still doing it. And yes, ease, completion, follow through on my book, trying to let it in. I step out of the channel and get lost.
Oh, wow.
I need to work on that as well, Nicole. I'm working on a book too.
Nice to know that when you're lost or when you step out of the channel. That's very aware, right?
True, yeah.
To know that we are.
Yeah. Letting go, like forgiving ourselves too. Yes. So true. I think as a parent, like we're really hard on ourselves. And I think sometimes we need to let go of that and be kind to ourselves because nobody gave us a parent manual. And I feel like if my kids are breathing, they're good. No, but I mean, I think like I have a happy daughter and I have a happy son. Like I did okay. I didn't mess it all up. Right? So sometimes I'm hard on myself. And so that's a thought I need to let go of like, oh, I did this wrong and I did this wrong and I should have done it this way and I really messed them up. And then I'm like, but look, my daughter's doing beautiful. My son's happy. They're both happy children. That's all your parent wants is happy children. So I have to let go of those thoughts.
Yeah, that's a good one, Kelley, a parent's manual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Michelle Krantz. Hi. She's saying hi.
Hey, hello.
And look, Eric, after Michelle, Eric is saying, letting go of a bad work situation so that the right one can manifest.
It's true. I actually am really good with that one because when I was younger, I remember being in a bad job and I thought to myself, I hate this job. I need to find another job. And I literally, because I said it out loud to myself while I was at home, the next day an opportunity came and I gave my 2 weeks notice and moved to this new job.
Oh my.
And it was just sort of like, well, that was really easy. I just let go of the thought of I have to stay with this job. And I just opened up energy for a new job to come in and it did,
Oh God.
That happens whenever I'm like, okay, this isn't working. I need a new opportunity. They come. Right? Like I'm letting go of this. And I'm saying, okay, I'm open for what's next. That's something I like to do now. I mean, I will say I'm pretty good at letting go now, but I wasn't years ago. Yeah.
As long as you see the change, that's good. You see growth.
Yeah.
Kathy is saying years ago, she used to think that self-love was selfish, but not any longer.
And it's
self-love is so very important. Yeah.
That's not your fault that you think that. That's because society tells us that. I'll tell you this little story. When my kids were little and I was going through the divorce, we went to therapy every Tuesday, family therapy, the children and I. And they were complaining, my kids, because their dad had them. We went on Monday nights. Their dad had them Tuesdays and Thursdays. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I went out. I was young. I was in my 30s and I did karaoke night on Thursdays and I forget what we did on Tuesdays, but those were my nights to go out. And they were complaining to the therapist that they wanted me home because their dad would watch them at my house because he couldn't take them to his. And that's why I went out. I didn't want to be home with him. We were divorcing. And they were telling the therapist how bad that was and what a bad mom I was. And the therapist was getting on me going, well, couldn't you stay home with your kids on those nights? And I was like, why is he telling me that? This is my self-care. And I had to stand up to my own therapist, who was a man, telling me that like I should be at home with my kids, even though like with their my ex-husband who I couldn't stand. I'm like, what is that was wrong. But a therapist tells us that, right? So I think the reason that us women feel guilty and think it's selfish about self-care is because society made us feel that way and it's wrong. That's my point.
I'm not even sure if the term self-care was around a lot.
I've been here
Self-care, self-love. I mean,
yeah. I think it's been around a long time. I can remember that term a long time ago. I just think that they called it selfish, taking care of me. And I remember saying to the therapist, if I'm not feeling good, if I'm not happy, if I'm not getting my space, I'm not going to be a good mom. I need to have
mhm,
me time and balance myself as a mother and as as a woman, right? I have to have my
mhm,
time too. And
mhm,
it's hard to stand up for ourselves. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. So it's true, Kathy. We did used to think that it is important.
And the conversation's interesting at this point because we are talking about older energy,
Mhm.
newer energy coming, evolution happening, things are changing, new terminology, new energy as we move into, this fifth dimension and the years coming, and everything is transformation. Everything is transforming, even the words we use,
Right?
the energy behind what we mean. Therapy is changing, right, Kelly? I mean,
It is therapy is way better now than it was
yeah.
20 years ago. I love the newer therapists that are coming out because of their open-mindedness and the new therapy techniques, which really work. Yeah. Yeah. I
Good to
like
hear.
what's going on with that industry.
So we'd like to hear from our audience, like, what's resonating with you so far? Like, what, what do our viewers? What is it that you want to let go of that maybe you, or what have you been wanting to let go of that you haven't yet? Like, let us know. Like, has it been a relationship or a job? Maybe, once again, a career path, living somewhere, studying something different. Let's share that information because believe me, the more we can share, the more we can learn and share the synergy, this teaching and learning from one another, then we can love these conversations even more because it's resonating with so many people.
I love this subject. I think it's a great subject. Yeah. So I'm mad at Kelly's therapist. That one made me laugh. Me too. I don't have that therapist anymore. I left after that. I was mad. Uh, yeah, it's hard, letting go of ideas and thoughts, especially when sometimes I think we are stuck in thoughts or ideas based on, like you said, our upbringing, society, the people we surround ourselves with. And so it's hard to break free sometimes, but it feels good when you do, I think.
Yes, Bruce Lee is a very good teacher, Jose. Yes, letting go, like Bruce Lee would say, walk on,
Yeah,
walk on. Yeah,
keep on going.
very healthy. It's very healthy to, release what is no longer serving you in your life, right?
Yes.
Really start, let's step into that word trust, meaning faith, feeling good about yourself, listening to your feelings. What are your feelings saying? What does your gut say?
Yeah.
Kind of start listening to how your body reacts in situations. And that, if you can tune in, you are ahead of the game there. You're ahead of a lot of people.
Oh, that's what is Michelle Krantz. Let's read hers. That's a really good one.
Go
She said,
for
I
it.
was laid off from my job in January. I wasn't expecting it, but I know they did me a favor. Just haven't found the next thing. There's a temp to permanent job I interviewed with, but not sure I want it. Hey, I think that's great, Michelle. You're going to find the right job. Just keep staying at it. It's funny. My neighbor was working for the state and it was a very toxic environment. Every day I felt bad for her. She was just coming home like so defeated and just so stressed out from this job. Um, and she had the last straw and she just like walked out of work and went out on like mental leave for a month and literally found herself a better job making $30,000 more a year when she finally decided to let go of the state job.
Wow.
And she
Great.
was like, she just was like, I heard a name and I called this person I used to work with and I got a job that day. So I think sometimes when she was ready to finally say, because she was holding on to this job because it's a state job, when she finally just said, "I can't do this anymore. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm just going to let this job go." Then this new opportunity came up. So there's a perfect example of how letting go does work.
And I will add to that by saying, Michelle, when I got laid off from my job way back when, a really good friend of mine, first thing he said was, "Congratulations." And, you don't expect someone to say congratulations, but that's what he said. And he couldn't have been more accurate because I just started, my life started living, I guess. I started living my life. I started working my passion. I started stepping more into my field and look where I am now. So I'm telling you,
Yes,
congratulations.
it's
Congratulations.
great. It's a great opportunity that this happened to you because you're going to find something better and that's going to make you happier. I know it. Yeah. Anyways, I had to let go of a career that took me 20 years to achieve, working on a new vision, letting go of the need for validation for my new path. That's beautiful. I love that mind run free.
That is beautiful. And how brave and courageous. And
Mhm.
yeah, we could all take that and run with that too. So thank you.
Yeah, she's getting so much done around the house now. Michelle Krantz. I bet it's nice when you're home, but then you end up filling your day with doing more chores. Oh, yeah, exactly. I know. I remember when I first started staying home with the kids, with Aiden when he was a baby, and I got to be like a stay-at-home mom. I thought I was going to have all this time in the world, and I was busy like from
Oh,
6 a.m. until like 9 o'clock at night. I was like, when do I get a break?
there's no day off there.
Yeah, it was not what I had imagined. Yeah, there's still things to do even at home when you're not working. It just
Uh,
comes piles up, you know?
yeah, being a mom is probably the highest honor there and the hardest job ever, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
what they
think
say.
so. I think we, if you knew what entailed to be a mom, I don't know that we would all, like, be excited to be moms. I think we'd be like, "I don't know, maybe I'll just take a ride out on this lifetime." No, I'm kidding. I love being a mom, I would never give it up. I'm just teasing.
Let's look at Kathy Casatelli or
Oh, the book,
Castelletti.
The Four Agreements has helped me
Yes.
so much. Always do your best, never assume, don't take anything personally, and be impeccable with your word. I love that book too, and I used to have a bookstore and everyone loved that book. Like that book would sell out all the time. I'd have to buy more and more. It was such a popular book.
The
And
Four Agreements.
I never bought my own book for myself, so I ended up with no books. But I love that book. Yeah, I read it at the
That
store.
Yes, it's a beautiful book. I believe it's from Don Miguel Luis, and,
Yes.
if I'm saying it right, and, what a beautiful book for everyone to look through and give as a gift. It is a beautiful
Yes.
book, and it'll make you feel good. It
Yeah.
makes us feel good.
Mhm. Well, Cheryl, did you want to share a few of your upcoming events? Because
Oh,
I know you just did one, but I believe you have another one coming up, don't you?
thank you. Can I share my May events coming up? I mean, May is right around the corner, and really in just a couple of weeks, I'm doing a demonstration with Thomas John.
Oh my
So, guys, please join me. It's coming up. I believe it's on May 11th, the day after Mother's Day. Join us Monday, May 11th, online with myself and Thomas John. I believe it's a 2-hour event with two mediums. And that's always fun. We do really work together really well, and we seem to do as many people as we can. We read so many people during the 2-hour event. So if you can join us for that. Also, I do have a small group reading, My Circle of Love, coming up, and that's the end of May, May 29th. So join me for that too. And anything else I'm doing in May, I have my memberships, Kelly. I have my energy transformation
goodness,
sessions, which are huge energy shifts for
love it.
people. I get a lot of emails on that. And also my healing prayer circle is a membership now. But
Yay.
look, it's only a few dollars on Sunday, and we go deep. We go deep.
It's
We go real. It's great. I don't know how else to say it, but join me. And you can join monthly. You don't even have to join annually, but there are bonuses, if you join annually.
it is a beautiful thing. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And you can check all of my events out on my website at mediumcheryl.com.
Yay. And I have coming up my event this weekend with Jared the Medium in Sacramento here
That's it.
on Saturday at 5:30. So I'm excited about that. I also have the new psychic sit-ups, we have that up and ready to go if anybody wants to start developing and practicing their psychic and mediumship work. We have the next session up because this one's already in, will, be done in a couple weeks. I think it starts in July, so you have time to sign up, but sign up now if you want. My mentorship starts in June. If you sign up for my mentorship, then you get psychic sit-ups for 50% off.
Oh,
So
great.
that's also a benefit. I am doing a small group mentorship, about no more than, I think, 10 to 12 people. It's going to be it's a 6-month long one. I'm really excited about it. It's on my website. You can go to check it out on my website under classes, go to 6-month mentorship. And I'm also doing the one-on-one mentorship still with, if somebody wants to just develop certain areas they want to work on, or maybe they want to work on their business stuff. I'm doing all of that, the one-on-one mentorship. And I have a small group reading online next month in May. So that's what I have going on so far. That's it now.
May is a beautiful month, for a lot of activity, a lot of people. The energy is so high right now. I know that it's going to continue through the summer and through May, but, with people getting out and the weather, warming up, Kelley, and, I just get this vibe that people are kind of ready to listen to their own intuition, are ready to develop their intuition. They're ready to trust, as we're talking about trusting their intuition. So
wouldn't it be a beautiful world if we started teaching preschoolers about their intuition, mindfulness, their thoughts? Like, instead of forcing all these kids to learn to read when they're in preschool and in kindergarten and first grade, let's teach them life skills about how to cope and get through this world. Imagine what a better world we would have and how much smarter these kids would be, because now they would be learning in a more mindful way.
Mm-hmm.
And, using their intuition.
Mindfulness, communication,
That's the world I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's
How to
the one
connect,
I'm trying to create.
how to connect with people,
Mm-hmm.
and doing things without forcing it or,
Allowing it.
Allowing it, right?
Why is there no comparing anymore? No grades. It's like everybody works at their own pace, and instead of teachers, they have like mentors to work with them, and they learn like what they want to learn. I think that's the way the world should be.
Yeah.
We're trying to make these cookie cutter children and adults and humans, and we're not. We're all unique. Yeah.
I was sharing with my one of my membership groups, and I would share it with you that, there's this movie out for free, Kelley. It's free. It's on YouTube. It's called, I know, it's a wholesome movie. Okay. It's called The Ron Clark Story. Ron Clark.
Okay.
And it's Matthew Perry, and we love everything Matthew Perry does.
Yes. Yes.
I know. It's a true story too. And I love true stories, right?
Me too. I do as well. I love that stuff.
So it's all about a school teacher. Just like you said, Kelley, it's about a school teacher, teaches differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a true story. It's all I can tell you. It's on YouTube, The Ron Clark Story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
There is a school where they're teaching children on telepathy and skills and mind reading and all, like, not mind reading, but like, all the things I'm talking about, intuition. And it's in another country. Believe it's in Indonesia or Bali or something. And there's a lot of Americans are in the school. Another medium has her kids in the school, and they do a lot of everything outdoors, and they learn like the whole culture and everything. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it sounds terrific.
Yeah. I forget her name, but she's always posting videos of the school and like what they're learning. And I looked it up and I'm like, man, if I had the money and I had it to do over, I'd do it that way too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, how neat. How neat.
Wow,
thank you for that. How much information are we learning?
I know. I don't know. I just love that.
After a show like this, it makes me want to be brave and go out and let go of more things, or go out and, change the world more, or, go ahead, because we really start, baggage. I guess it can be called baggage. When you go through a loss of a family member or a pet or someone dear to you, you really drop a lot of you let go of the small stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You really do. You drop this, no,
It
no
doesn't
need.
matter anymore. You're just like, why did that ever matter? None of that mattered. And
Mhm.
the big thing that really got me after I lost RJ was how quickly people just move on and forget. And that all that's really, like, important, all that, like, mattered were all of the amazing, like, connections and memories we made. None of the, things we bought or any of the things we spent money on or any of that mattered. It was
Mhm.
all, like, nothing, none of the, like, bad things that happened or the hard things that happened mattered. It was the memories, it was the good times, it was the love that we shared. And so
Wow.
it really made me realize, like, these things don't matter, like financial things, like, we need them, yes, but, like, do they really matter? No. What matters is that we're living in the moment and right now. Yeah.
And right, and how we treat people, how we treat ourselves,
Yes.
don't take things for granted. Don't take people for granted.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
made a rule a long time ago because I got mad when I loaned somebody money and then they never paid me back and it, like, ruined a friendship. And so, I remember that and I felt really angry at this person and I held on to it for a long time. And then I remember thinking, it's just money. I let that whole friendship go over money. And really, so I decided if I loan anybody money, they can call it a loan, whatever they want, but to me, I'm giving it to them. And if it comes
Mhm.
back to me, great. But I'm
Mhm.
giving it
Mhm.
away. I'm never going to think about it again. And if they pay me back, that's great. If they don't, they don't. I'm not going to loan money or give money to somebody if I don't have it either.
Mhm.
So, like, I made these rules and that really helped me letting go of that because I was angry for a long time. And then I realized it really messed up a friendship and it was silly.
Yeah, I agree. I people I've loaned or given money to, I look at it as a gift, and if I get it back, that's wonderful, but,
Yeah, it's a
you
gift.
know
It's like
yeah.
I don't want to,
Mhm.
and I don't want anybody feeling like they owe me, because it's like that's not why I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh, good.
it does come back in good ways, karma, right? It's good karma, I say. You know, all of a sudden somebody does something nice for you and you're like, there's the payback right there. It might be a different person, but it can't, like, the universe brought it back. That's what I say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see what Jose has written, something a lot.
That,
You wanna
yeah.
read it out loud,
Yeah.
Kelly?
It's I like to think that humans are like plants. Some require more water than others, and some need more sunlight. Some thrive better in different environments. We all grow differently, but they all bloom beautifully with growth. I love that, Jose. Man, Jose, you sound like Confucia. Confucius, eh?
I think he needs to write a book.
Yeah, you need to be a what do they call that? People go to India to get a guru. He needs to be a guru, Jose the guru. That's awesome. Good
You're
advice.
you're definitely a storyteller, Jose.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I feel like we know Jose, and I don't think we've ever seen him on video.
I don't think so. I don't think we have.
Just his little picture there.
We need to do a reading for Jose.
I
Maybe, I
know.
don't
I know
know,
you
next
have him
week
on
when we
the
do our
shows.
readings, or
Yeah,
when are
let's
we
do
doing
some. Are you
readings
gonna
again?
be here next week though? Or is it the week after you're gonna
It's
be
the
on?
week after.
So
Yeah.
next week, let's do readings. That'll be our reading show.
Yeah, that'll be May 6th.
Okay, so I'm putting that on the calendar. No, it's May 5th.
I'm sorry, May 5th. You're
Okay,
right,
I'm like, don't
Tuesday.
mess me up here.
Tuesday.
I put it on our calendar. We're doing readings, okay? Next week's show is readings, and
Yeah.
we're also going to talk about why spirit has a sense of humor too.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I like
I
that.
can't wait for that show. That's a funny one.
Well, I feel like all the readings we're going to do, spirit's going to have a sense of humor because we just put that out there.
That's
So
right,
we're going to
that's
have
right.
some funny readings that are fun.
Oh my gosh. I know we only have a short time left, Kelly, but, is there anything else you wanna share for us this hour on the show, or
Um, I mean, you want to answer some intuitive questions in
oh,
the comments?
let I think
Just
some people were
intuitive
asking
questions.
questions. Let's
Yeah,
see what
no
we have.
mediumship, but if you have a psychic question, ask the
Okay.
question in the comments and Cheryl and I will tune in. We can get quite a lot done in 9 minutes.
We could do definitely a couple of them and see what happens.
Yeah, let's do it. Go for
I
it.
think it's a great idea, Kelly.
Yeah, me too. Hello, any messages for me? So ask it because we only have a limited time. Ask a specific question and we'll tune into it. Okay? If it's a love question, state if you're like any yeah, we're
Mhm.
specific questions. I think these are old ones. We need the the questions, like, we can just tune into those. We don't have time to tune into each person individually, unfortunately. But next week we will have more time. Right now, we're just going to answer a couple psychic questions if you want to put them in the comments. That would be great. Oh, here we go. What is my work future? You want to tune in first, Cheryl, or you want me to?
I will tune in first. And Eric, I do feel your future is with healing. I just to tell you, I feel like you have this healing, in your aura. Feel like healing hands with you. I know you're a hard worker, but I want to tell you there's some part of your heart that's asking to connect with people like in a different way of healing and compassion and love and helping people in this way too. So it could be that there's teacher energy with you as well, but I felt very much a healer. So Kelley?
I immediately feel with him, he's a leader. He's somebody that is going to be like, other people are going to come to him. Like they're going to look at him for, expertise or things like that. Like he's really looked upon it as a leader, it feels like. And I do feel like not only the healing and some other things, but I also feel like a speaker. I do see him up on a stage. I feel him
Yes.
in embracing, like inspirational talking or, inspiring people of some way with his story. Because I don't know what your story is, Eric, or even if you are a healer. I just know that I feel like you have a story to share that people need to hear and you have a voice that needs to be heard. That's what I keep hearing for you. Yeah. I think you're going to go out on a limb and do your own thing if you're looking for a new job. Or if it's just within your own job, I'm not sure, but I do feel like you're going to be doing your own thing here soon if you're not already. That's what
Yeah.
I feel. Okay. Here's a great one for Michelle. She has two-part question. My friend referred me for a job where she works, but the interview process is long. Will that job turn into a job offer? And she also had an interview last week for a temp to permanent job, but the company is very small and reminds her of the place where she got laid off from. So I think the one with the long job interview, I'm feeling good vibes for that. I do feel it's quite possible it could turn into a job. But I'm not sure it's the job you want. That's the feeling I get. The one that you said was a small company and you got the wrong vibes from, I almost feel like take a second look, but I'm not sure. I just feel like maybe you're missing something, or maybe you need to look into it a little bit more. Maybe you made a rash decision on it. That's the feeling I'm getting. Like, look at it again. And I don't know if that's the right one either, but I'm just feeling like it's really not what you think. That's the feeling I get. What about you, Cheryl?
I love your questions, Michelle. The first one about the long interview, I don't think it's for you. And
Mhm.
I feel like the job is there if you really, really want it, but I'm not feeling it in you that you really, really want it. So, that's how I'm feeling. I don't feel like you're ready for something like that. Like, I don't know if you're even ready to go back to that type of work. The second one about it reminds you of the place you got laid off from. I didn't feel good about that. I just thought, oh, don't go into the job
Yeah.
like you're already going into it with that impression.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelly's right about giving it a second chance, keep an open mind, but I kind of felt like a little squeamish, like,
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was right
maybe not.
either,
Yeah.
but it's not like the other company. I felt that. I
Yeah.
felt there was more to this company than she maybe realized. But I don't know if it's the right one. Yeah, you
Okay.
haven't found the right one yet, but you will. You will find the right one. You'll know. It'll be like, this is my job. You'll just know. It's
Mhm.
like a feeling. That's how
Mhm.
I feel. Yeah. Okay.
And I heard it might require a move, Michelle. So just to tell you, I feel like the job that you do take, you'll want it, but it might require a move.
Mm.
Maybe not in the beginning either. So just be open, but it feels like it's more something in alignment with who you are, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that feels like I've actually felt something like that too, so I agree.
Oh, great, Kel.
Yeah. So, Gail says, "How long do our spirits stay with us?" I just love this question. As long as we want them around. I don't think they leave us. I think they come when we need them. I think they're always around, and when we need them and we're expressing an interest or we're thinking of them, they're right there with us. and we feel them. That's how I feel it. What about you, Cheryl?
I like that, Kelly. I
Yeah.
believe that we live in the same world as spirits or our departed loved ones. And so, yes, they're always around when we want to connect with them.
Mm,
And then I do think they leave us alone at times too, right?
yeah.
But I think they're always with us. It's like a soul agreement, or we could say a soul contract. But I'll just say that your immediate family, meaning your immediate kids and parents and cousins and all of those, all that whole genealogy tree, I do believe is right there whenever you need them. And you can find out about your ancestors too through
Yes, I do that all the
meditation and
time.
right,
Yeah.
connecting with them, meeting people you didn't meet
Yeah.
here on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to know my aunt, who I might have met when I was a baby, but don't remember. There was a disconnect in the family, right? So my sisters knew them more than I did because they were older. I got to meet her in spirit through genealogy because I found a photo of her. And so my dad's half Mexican and my aunt is half Mexican also. And she looks very Mexican. And what tripped me out in the photo is she looks just like me. And so then I started dreaming with her and I'm getting to know her. So,
Oh,
and I feel like she's always been around me ever since she passed. And I just didn't recognize who she was. Now that I've got this photo that I found, and when I was doing my genealogy, you find old photos, it's her high school photo.
oh,
I felt this closeness to her. It was very interesting. So she's still around and she died like 30 years ago, I think.
love it,
Yeah.
love it, love it,
Yeah.
love it. That's a great, great one.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it too. Um, do you see a move coming up for me, near or far, Lynn? I want to just say yes right off the bat. Like that's just wants
Mhm,
to roll off my tongue, but I
mhm.
hadn't even tuned into it. It just was like coming off my tongue.
Is that right?
But what do you feel, Cheryl?
I felt yes more near than far.
Hmm.
So I don't know when it's going to happen for you, Lynn, but it just felt near, like it's something that you've been wanting. Like you want to step out of we'll call it your circle or your neighborhood, but
Hmm.
you still enjoy that part of the world, I will say.
Yeah, I agree. I just know like as soon as I read the question, I'm just hearing in my head, yes, really loud. So it's like, and that makes me feel like it's soon too. Yeah, when I hear it like that, the excitement, it's like an excited yes. So I feel like it's going to be a positive and a good move for you. When you say near or far, my brain goes to it's not near where you live now. I know that, but it doesn't
Mhm,
feel like it's so far where you can't
mhm,
drive there.
mhm.
What did
Yeah.
you get?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, either way, it's fine. I don't think it's, around the world, though. I
No,
think
yeah, it
it's
wasn't that. I just felt
yeah,
like, it's you could still travel there within yeah,
yeah. I
that's
know we're kind of coming up on the top of the hour here. Lynn's excited. She's like, "Fab."
yay.
And we're so happy you're here with us, Lynn. It's great to hear from you. And Gail, we're glad you're here,
Thank you,
Gail.
everybody. It's a
Eric,
great show. Next week, readings. We're gonna try to make time for more, like, lots of readings. So,
lots of readings. Next week is our reading show. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for today on Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. Really, once again, follow Kelley on her website, mediumkelly.com. Check out her upcoming events. And for myself at mediumcheryl.com, I also have an events page. Thank you so much for being part of our community. We love everyone so much. And we'll see you back here next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you again. Namaste, everyone.
bye, everybody. Thank you.